Alright guys, today we're going to talk about the POCO F7 Pro, and I'm going to share with you why I think this might be the best everyday phone that money can buy right now. Alright, so the retail price of this is starting from slightly more than 2,000 ringgit, but I went to Shopee and checked out earlier this morning. There's a couple of vouchers going on, early bird stuff and all that, and the price that I could get it right now is RM1794. So that's under 1,800 ringgit, and you're getting a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset. So that's actually a lot of performance for the money you are getting. I think if you go and check out other brands out there, at most you get something that's around half the performance of what you're getting here. So, it's not that great value for those other brands when we just talk about the F7 Pro. If you're going to be doing a lot of gaming, obviously it's going to run very well on the 8 Gen 3. This is still a flagship chipset, although it's the last generation version. But, not everyone is a gamer. And that's why I say this is the best everyday phone. And that's because if you're just multitasking, using all your kind of apps on the daily, social media, whatever guys, it's just going to fly on the 8 Gen 3. In fact, I think you don't really need to buy the Ultra as well. The Pro itself is good enough for all your day-to-day needs. Now, when you just come into the cameras has always been one of POCO's weakest points, but with the F7 Pro, it's actually quite good. Now, I noticed that the way they process pictures are a bit different on the Pro, and this time around, they're actually reducing the over-processing. So previously, you see your pictures looking like, just way off and all that, but now it actually looks a bit more true to life, a bit closer to what you're seeing with your own eyes, albeit it being a little bit saturated. Now, I'm completely fine with that because I think the performance of the cameras compared to previous generations of any POCO devices, this F7 series here is a step ahead and it's going in the right directions. Now, the only drawback that you don't have on the Pro model is that it lacks the telephoto lens. So if you're just doing like 2x zoom, you'll still be able to retain a decent amount of quality. But if you just go further than that, you won't be able to get those super clear zooms. Now just think about it for a second. If you are the kind of person who don't really use a lot of zoom shots, go into your gallery and check out your previous photos, then this F7 Pro is actually more than enough. However, if you must have the tele, then that can only be got on the Ultra model. Alright guys, so just a very quick 4K 60 FPS video. This is how it looks like walking at normal speeds. This is how my speed is, just for your reference. Let me know what you think about the quality on the POCO F7 Pro. Personally, I think it's doing a great job. As you can see, the stabilization is going quite well. We have great colors here. But do take note, I also did reduce the exposure a little bit so I can get a more aesthetic kind of look. But yeah, this is what you can expect from the POCO F7 Pro. Now, another thing that I noticed after using it for a couple of days, really extensively, is that the battery life also held up really well. So this is a phone that not only performs great, but the battery life is also enough to last you, at least a day on a single charge. It also comes with that, 90-watt charger in the box, which will charge up the device fairly quickly, just in case you run out of juice. So everything is just good over there. Now, one final thing that I have to highlight over here is in terms of the display. Now, the display, on one hand, is actually a pretty nice display because the bezels are actually quite symmetrical. They're very slim. They look good from the front. Now the colors here are also pretty good, and you actually have that Xiaomi Original Color Pro, which allows you to see your gallery and your photos all at its most original kind of look. So that's great in terms of the display. The colors are all alright, but what I wish was a bit better was the brightness levels. Now, just like the Ultra, which I mentioned in my previous video, I did wish that the brightness would go a bit higher because I was out and about quite a fair bit in Singapore, navigating, taking photos and all that. The display sometimes didn't keep up to the brightness that I needed. So it's not a super bright display, but it's good enough for your day-to-day, but just keep that in mind. Now, last but not least, obviously we have to take a quick look at the design as well. Personally, out of the 3 colors available, I think the silver one looks the best. I particularly like the bottom half of the back panel because it's so smooth and fingerprints just don't stick on it. I also like the fact that we have these flat frames that goes all around because it adds on to the premium feel of the phone itself. But yeah, overall, I think the POCO F7 Pro is an excellent everyday phone. Great value for your money, coming in at under 1,800 ringgit. Now, obviously the price is going to fluctuate depending on your Shopee sales, Lazada sales, or whatever, early bird here and there, whatnot. But if you are able to get this at a very good price, I think this is actually a phone that will not disappoint you. In fact, it will make you very pleased. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on the POCO F7 Pro. My personal take is the best everyday phone that money can buy today. Let me know what you think about this device, or maybe if you have already bought the phone, let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you for staying with me all the way to the end. Look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Do take care, stay safe, and bye bye.